Hey, and aloha, brother Richie here. Kind of, kind of off time. This is high midnight plus. I'm with Bruddah Koa,
What's up, guys?
local boy, one of my most knowledgeable sports fans I know. He's supported me from day one. I think you're like number 7 subscriber, and I will remember. I'm trying to make enough money for all of us, for real. So
Let's
we
do
are
it.
here. We're outside of one of our favorite spots. I hardly ever get this guy out. When I don't have the kid, I like to maybe have a couple Pau Hanas. This guy hardly ever joins. And we are live. This is early morning, October 20. Oh shit, I gotta pay my car bill. I gotta go to the bank tomorrow. Thank goodness. So what do we got, Brother Koa? We're talking NFL.
NFL division leaders. That's
Division
what we're talking
leaders.
about.
Okay,
So
pull them up.
we're talking about Miami Dolphins today, Baltimore Ravens, Jacksonville Jaguars, Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles, Detroit Lions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and San Francisco 49ers.
Oh,
That's
so
it.
just the top, the leaders in each division right now.
We're gonna talk about the top leaders, how they're gonna
Okay.
stay there, their weaknesses, and what they do great.
Okay, how they're gonna stay there.
Yeah, how they're gonna stay
So
there.
first is,
Let's hit it up with the AFC East. With Miami,
love it, Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins.
So pros and cons.
Pros.
Pros, they pound everybody that's not great or decent. I think awesome coach. I think, he's super makes, sorry, we're kind of best.
Okay.
His
Let me take it real quick. Dolphins. Mike McDaniel's, genius offensive coach.
is he though?
He is.
His scheme pretty good.
He schemes from Kyle Shanahan. He's a Kyle Shanahan tree coach.
And then some though.
And then some.
And
but he
is genius, but when he plays good teams, how's it gonna be? So at Sunday night, 40 degrees, windy and rainy. How's that offense? And the defense is not great.
right. They're playing the Eagles this week.
Eagles. So is it close?
Speed
Or
kills.
it does, but not at
Speed kills.
not at 40.
Exactly.
Not rainy.
So what's gonna happen? I think
I thought, my first gut instinct was it's 2.5. I took Miami, but then the more I think about it, and the Sharks came in on Philly pretty hard.
I
So
mean,
what do you think? That's two of the first place teams. What do you
two of
think?
the first place team. Yeah, look at a bounce back game from Jalen Hurts.
I think so.
he threw
Was a fluke last week.
2 interceptions, 3 interceptions.
I think 3. 4 turnovers.
Yeah, horrible.
2 of them were
Horrible
not his
game.
fault.
Horrible game from him. I mean, you got to place the blame on him, even though he made the throw. He gets the credit when they do good.
Oh yeah,
He gotta get
all
he
the
gotta get the
blame,
blame too.
and all the
So,
credit is quarterback and coach. It's a
coach.
quarterback and coach
So,
league.
I see a bounce back game from Hurts, but you also got to look at, McDaniel. What I like about him, little did you know, again, it's a run first offense. The passing part is the fun part for him.
Yeah,
he is
but
actually running game He's a running game coordinator from the 49ers.
I understand that.
So
But
maybe we might
I think
see
their
a little,
passing game
Yeah.
is what opens up the running.
It does, but you might see a little sly moves with, Mozart. Jeff Wilson is coming back. Pounding
Is he active?
He will be, I think so.
Yeah?
He's coming back because
Okay.
the rookie's hurt, so they're bringing back Wilson, and that's two of the old 49ers running backs, and they know how to run that offense. To be honest,
They do.
And, you get that home run hitter with Tyreek Hill and Waddle. Both of them can do the same thing. Hill is
And
just,
even the slot guy, Barrios.
yeah, Hill is
You
just
know?
killing it this year, though.
I had him for 2,000 yards before the season started.
Whatever he said he was going to do this year, God damn, if he doesn't,
Scary.
if he, God forbid, he doesn't get hurt, he's going to do it. He's crazy right now.
It was a scare when he had the cramp.
I mean, but look at him, though.
Yeah.
Any quarterback right now could throw to him, and he's just on a mission to be one of the best. And he's gonna break some records, I think, this year. But
I think 2,000.
you look at the Eagles, though. Defense is always solid. They always have a solid. They just picked up Julio Jones.
Well, the DBs is in a shambles with injuries. Julio said, "Just watch. We'll be watching." I can't buy it.
I think
Hardly ever does a guy come out of retirement
and make
unless
an
you're
impact.
Gronk.
But it's nice to imagine that this is 2019 Julio Jones coming in to save the day for the Philadelphia Eagles. But
I'm not even sure they need save today. I think they'll be fine.
But the nice thing about the Eagles defense, I must say, even though the DBs are in shambles right now, they have a mean pass rush. The defensive line is crazy. You got Reddick, you got Carter, you got Davis, you got Cox, you got all those guys rushing up, the passer. And that does it makes a difference for the defense and the DBs.
Yeah, for sure.
When you get that pressure right on them. So Miami got a big game coming up,
Big. Week 7, though, still early. I just look at what Buffalo did to them. And everybody thought this is the new thing, and,
Right.
Everybody overreacts. This is an overreaction league. It's a week-to-week thing, right?
Okay, so Buffalo is sitting there at 4-2. You think they're going to overtake?
They're at New England.
You think they're going to overtake these Miami Dolphins? They're going to the Patriots, and I think they're going to slap the crap out of them.
Well, here's their MO. Every time they have a shitty game, Josh Allen plays crappy. Then he's pretty good. Then he's really good. Then he's great. It's a 3 or 4 or 5 game cycle, and it's been his career. And then he comes down to earth. And he came down to earth last week. I think I took him in my 4-pack, bro. -9. I think they blow him out. Worst team in the NFL.
Against the Giants. You know what I mean?
That was last week.
But
New England, worst team in the NFL?
Right.
Possibly?
Close. Pretty darn close.
And, Belichick shit's getting old. And, without Tom Brady, he's, 10, 12 games under 500.
Yeah.
Defensive coach, they don't really work.
I mean, to be honest, they never really had an offensive, mind calling the plays,
Yeah. And they got O'Brien back, and he was supposed to fix it.
I mean,
it's a mess.
Big mess over
Big
there.
mess.
And
what's the quarterback, the receiver guy that's starting this week?
Cunningham.
Yeah.
Malik, I mean,
you never know.
He's like, in college, he's like Malik Jackson. I mean, Lamar Jackson Jr.
You never know.
He was doing that thing. They went to the same school. They went to Louisville. Both of them went to Louisville. But I don't know. I don't think that's Belichick's style. And,
well, it's not.
He loves to enforce his style. He doesn't have the defense that he had,
No.
These
when your
past
2
years,
best guys go down, too.
I mean, Christian Gonzalez, the corner, getting hurt and out for the season doesn't help at all.
No. And Judon.
And Judon,
he's
injury reserve too.
3-4 games.
That's their best pass rusher right there. They don't have, the old vets, the cheap vets, that are good going there anymore because nobody wants to play for them anymore because they know they're not going to win.
Yeah.
I
heard a great one. The toughest job in the NFL right now, out of everybody, is the team store manager for the Patriots trying to sell jerseys.
I mean, who are you going to sell?
Exactly. Is there one?
On offense, who are you selling? You ain't selling no freaking Mac Jones. You ain't selling no Bailey Zappi jerseys.
And you
I
know,
mean, Ramondre Stevenson is a great running back, but you know, when there's
We
no
thought-
line, you know, and you're not, you know, if you're calling 3 pass plays in a row, you know, you ain't running nothing. You know, you ain't scoring nothing.
don't get me started. I've been keeping track, bro. If you run the ball 48 to 52%, you win. They had, Sam Howell last Thursday threw it 56 times.
Yeah.
And Brian Robinson had 6 rushes.
Crazy.
It's crazy. What's his name? Minshew. 51 pass attempts, bro. And Moss and Jonathan Taylor
And he
had
had
16 rushes between them. What are you doing?
You just paid Jonathan Taylor a
I mean,
big
I
contract.
understand, you know, bring him in slowly, but why is Gardner Minshew throwing the ball 51 effing times? Why?
He
4th and inches, we're out of the shotgun. What are we doing? Are we smarter than more than half of these effing coaches, bro?
I like to think so.
I almost know so.
It's
And I
crazy.
rant on this every Monday. My backseat quarterback. You should join me on Mondays.
Okay, let's
Okay,
go.
what else?
Let's go to the north.
Let's
right
go.
now.
Okay,
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
What you guys think
They're
about
gonna get
Baltimore?
better.
You know, one thing.
Super Bowl contenders, just transitioning.
I mean, they got a like Ray Lewis, generational linebacker with Raekwon Smith.
Quan, they want to call him.
Quan
now.
Smith, yeah.
Okay.
Lamar, I mean, you can't deny what Lamar does. Lamar, I mean, he does a lot with the little he has. You know, he ain't got no receivers. He ain't got no running backs. What he got? Mark Andrews. That's all he got. He does.
Well,
he still wins games.
no, Zay Flowers.
Flowers
pretty
is good. He's a rookie.
And
though, you know, what I
they
mean?
had 7 drop passes last week.
dropped the touchdown winning pass.
3 touchdown passes drop, 7 drop. And what's the OC? He's from Georgia. I forget his name. I think they're going to be okay, bro. Don't make him a pocket passer. Let him get out in the open a little more.
What they really need to do is go
Huh.
trade for a running back. That's what they really need to
Yeah. Or just give Gus the ball because I have him in a couple.
do. No, Gus
I
ain't,
know.
Gus ain't there. His knees are gone. What they really need to do is go call Tennessee, try to get Derrick Henry. That's what they really
Give
need
up.
to do.
Give up a first round pick.
Give him a second round pick. Give him a first round pick.
Bro, what's up with the running backs? What's up? You know, I think it's almost collusion. We're going to have our quarterbacks throw 50 times. We don't want to pay a running back because we got to pay everybody else. And we've seen plenty teams just plug in a running back.
What it's gonna come down to is like running backs are gonna. I mean, every position gonna have like a minimum. I think at the end of the day, you know, like when they start like, you know, negotiating contracts and stuff like that, you know, even with NFLPA, sooner or later they're gonna have to be like, okay, we need a minimum for like starting running backs. You know, if it's not that, then why are the, you know, the guys who, the bell cows, you know, why would you want to be a bell cow if you're not gonna get, you know, like 8 million minimum to be a bell cow, 10 million minimum,
Which is still
you know?
peanuts compared to 3 or 4 other positions.
Exactly. You look at the receivers; they're making 15 to 18 million dollars, and it's guys who aren't, you know, like, you know, Christian Kirk, just for example, he did good tonight, but, you know, did you really think at the end of the day that Christian Kirk would make that, you know, $100 and something million contract? You guys can't.
From last year.
Which
he did pretty good too.
You guys can't lie to me though.
But
like,
it is overvalued. You know, it's a passing league.
It is, but
The defense has no chance.
Did you really think from Arizona's offense, which is a passing offense, you know, he didn't really do anything, and Jacksonville gave him that big contract? Did you really?
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy. You know.
And yet you won't pay Jonathan Taylor.
And you won't pay Jonathan Taylor,
Who else was?
offensive player of the year, running
and
almost 2,000 yards.
Eckler too. You know, they were almost going to have their own.
Who else was there? Tony Pollard.
Pollard.
Who else?
Yeah.
There's a lot more guys.
Bro,
it's crazy.
It's just crazy.
But
Run the ball. If you throw 65%, you lose. If you run the ball 48, to
I mean,
52%, you win.
You watch.
I'm keeping track all year. I'm sure it's
You
been
watch
for years.
high school to college football. You know, the guys who actually really winning is the guys who run the ball, like, you know, pick up that tough 4,
Yeah.
5, 6 yards. You know, at the end of the day, those are the guys who actually really winning. You look at, you know, look at Michigan, for example. They run like a freaking
Yeah. It took them a while.
2 tight end, fullback, power eye offense. You know,
And set hut. Just get on the ball.
And you
Bro,
know,
there's
you just
nothing
push
worse.
guys.
4th and inches or 3rd and inches, and they're all blue 382, and then all of a sudden it's like illegal procedure.
Right.
Every second that the offensive lineman is in the stance, it gives the advantage to the defense.
Well, Rich,
I've been saying...
What do you think Baltimore needs to do to keep this lead? Because Pittsburgh is right on their ass.
Pittsburgh...
Cleveland is...
It's tough for them to be 3-2.
Right
3
there,
and 2.
too. Cleveland got a really good defense, though.
Unreal. What?
Their
2,000 yards they've given up in 5 years.
Yeah, and, you know, and...
Or no, 1,000 yards.
Their offense
it's the 3rd best.
Needs to catch up. That's what Cleveland needs to do.
Do you trust Deshaun?
Look at the last place team in that division. Who is that?
Cincy.
That's scary.
Not for long.
That's scary right there. That's scary.
And they said it.
That's scary.
They always start 2 and 3.
That's
their MO.
That's scary. You got Joe Burr.
He's never played a fucking... He's hurt every preseason.
Yeah, you got Joe
Takes
Burr.
him to week 6.
I mean, Chase is
15 catches.
Heating up.
I'm always effing open, wearing a 7-Eleven.
I mean...
So who's winning that division?
I'm going to put
right
my money... To be honest, I'm putting my money on Bengals to win that division. Yeah. At the end of the day, I think Bengals got enough. Their offense should be elite. When Burrow is...
Will be.
When Burrow is healthy, like how he looked...
Already are.
He looked kind of last week. They're elite, you know, and it's just... He's just one of those guys. He's one of those quarterbacks where you can, you know, he's the man.
Remember Jamar said, just sit out through week 5.
Yeah, and that's what they should have done. Put that second string guy, sit him for 3 weeks.
Because he looks so much not like himself.
Yeah, he is soft on his ankle, and he didn't even want to drop back, and that's like, you know, it's crazy. The coach, Taylor. He was dumb to even put him out there and put him like
I think so.
He could have lost Burrow for the whole year, like how he lost Burrow ACL year, his rookie year. You know, they're in the window
with no line and doing 7-step drops.
Yeah, you're
2 years ago.
You're in the window right now where, you know, in the last like few years, you guys been going to the AFC Championship. You guys been making the playoffs. Cincinnati didn't make no playoffs before this, so
no.
They're in the window where you need to keep him healthy. You need to keep all your stars healthy. So at the end of the day, when it comes to like the last weeks of, you know, put that run together, that 7, you know, 6-game winning streak together, you know, and head into the playoffs. Look at Eli Manning, you know, when he won the Super Bowl. What was his record? Both Super Bowls.
9-7 and
fucking crazy ass. Barely
and looking shitty halfway through the season.
Barely 50%. You know. But once you get hot, you know, that's all it takes right now in the NFL. You get hot, you get on that roll, everybody's on the same page. That's all you really need, especially when you have elite players on your team. You have elite Joe Burrow, elite Jamar Chase, elite T. Higgins. Mixon is a bell cow back. You know, you got all that on offense. And offense right now, you know, points says a lot. You know, if you can outscore a lot of teams, you know, you probably can win at the end of the day.
Yeah.
What's up next?
And 2, though, it's such a fluid league. Week to week, you never know.
You never know. You can get injured and be out, like, you know, anybody can get hurt.
Or just lose.
Just, you know.
Yep. Never know. Okay, what we got next?
We got the Jacksonville Jaguars on the South.
Okay, I'm going to tell you 2 teams. There's 2 great stories in the South. I love what Shane Steichen and what's the defensive coordinator? Or no, D'Amico Ryans and Shane Steichen.
Yes.
What they've done, they turn a whole culture around in 1 month of a season. Yeah?
I'll give you this, though.
Huh.
Where did D'Amico come from?
Niners.
Hey, that's so...
And played for him, too,
It's been a a winning culture, and he brought that.
Right. And defensive coaches, I question. Look at his quarterback, rookie quarterback, out of his mind, franchise guy.
He is.
And everybody doubted him in Ohio State quarterbacks, and remember the whatever the test is called.
He might be the best one that came out of Ohio State. He looks really good. Stroud looks really good.
Unbelievable.
Do you think? Do you think
Game 6 to throw a pick?
Hey, you know what? That just shows him reading everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And just a defensive coach, but who's their OC? Any idea?
49ers boy. He's
for Houston.
Yeah, I forget.
Because whoever it is, and I just love his demeanor, and he brings, because it's the 3 C's in the NFL: coach, culture, and quarterback.
I agree.
With a C.
But the one thing
it's
that
everything.
So like, I know D'Amico because, sorry to say, you guys, I'm a 49ers fan, so I know D'Amico really well. What I love about D'Amico, he never was in the booth. He is a DC on the field. So every big play that the defense made, he is on there jumping, high-fiving everybody, pumping everybody up.
And seeing the game from that level.
See the game from that level, and he is amazing. I hate to lose it. I hated to lose him. I hated to lose Mike McDaniel. All those guys, Salah. I hated to lose all those guys. But D'Amico was a really big guy because he grew up coaching in the 49ers organization. We gave him the first chance. We gave him linebacker coach. He is there. He is assistant, defensive coordinator with Salah, and that.
Where did he spend most of his career as a player?
He's a Houston. He played with Texans a lot. Okay. He was their star linebacker over there. But, coaching-wise, Texans didn't give him that chance. The 49ers did, and, I respect him a lot. He changed the culture
in a month.
But he took a lot of our, players from the 49ers that was free agents and stuff, brought them over, brought the culture change. That's a big thing.
But that's a hard thing to do, bro.
It is.
And they were terrible.
To be honest, I think it wasn't that hard to do because they were winning and the defense was so good like these past years that D'Amico was the defensive coordinator. He had the number 1 defenses, the past couple of years. And, guys just respected that, respected his work ethic, respected,
Yeah, but you can have all that. We've seen plenty of guys go from where they were really good as DCs and
but,
not great head coaches. It's a hard thing
I'm going to say this. So this is why I think he got way more respect than a lot of the other DCs that, it's a... To be honest, it's a color thing. It's a black coach, Majority of the players in the NFL are black, especially on the defensive side. And I think they relate a little bit more.
No, there's black guys in the NFL?
There's some pretty good ones. But
that's weird.
I think that plays a part, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
I think that plays a big part. That
especially how many guys get passed over for just another rerun fucking some guy that's
exactly that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. You get the first,
and the Rooney rule that they made him interview.
I think that was
the new rule now they just passed where they can't even interview coaches till after
Super Bowl,
halfway through the playoffs.
Oh yeah. But I think that played a really big part, at the end of the day, guys relate to that. And especially when you get your peers.
And you played.
Yeah, and he played too. You know the grind. The grind. And
you worked from ground zero up as a coach.
He was an all-pro.
Nothing given to you.
I'm pretty sure he was maybe an all-pro, but definitely a pro bowler.
I'm pretty sure all-pro.
He definitely was a pro bowler linebacker.
Do we know where he went to college?
D'Amico Ryan's, Alabama.
He did? Oh, he was?
I'm pretty sure Alabama.
Okay.
But
when it was Saban was a defense guy back then.
I think
so. If he did, that
right
could
around
be
there, right around there. I think, but that's what I'm trying to say is just the respect that you get from peers, and especially when you get all the players, only good things to say about you at the end of the day.
And then too, everybody thinks you're going to be shitty.
I mean,
and your quarterback's dumb.
That's
can't pass a test.
That's the media saying that. That's the media saying that.
Right, but that's when you, as a team, you get together and you say, "This is us."
Come together and play together, and that's
people doubt you. Like people say to me, "What? There's a million fucking podcasts. Well, this is my fucking career, bro.
Underdog mentality. That
Yep.
says a lot right there. Put in the work. You know, you can't complain and not put in the work.
No.
But what do you think about these Jags though? Like, we think Houston has a chance to take over. They brought the culture.
They did, but maybe a year or two out.
How about this though?
Indy, Jags, and who's at the bottom?
Titans.
Oh, yeah, they're.
But try thinking about this. So, Trevor Lawrence, Golden Boy Trevor Lawrence,
Golden Boy, Sunshine, I call him. Cut your hair. Be a leader, bro. College is cool. Cut your fucking hair, bro.
Okay, how about
it's cool if you're Golden Richards receiver. What?
I mean, like, do you think he doesn't get enough slack about what he does at the team? You know, like,
as far as what?
Look at his record. Like, you know.
Well,
what
he
I
had
mean?
the first year, the Urban Meyer thing.
He's Golden Boy though.
Yeah, but Urban Meyer put him like a year behind.
Okay, so last year was his first year. What made
the playoffs?
Did they?
Came back from 27-0 against the Chargers. Okay. Brought him back.
But do you think they, you know, like every week, every quarterback gets, like, all the young quarterbacks gets put on their spotlight and, you know, like, say, like, oh, yeah, they're product of a, you know, situation and whatnot. Why does Trevor Lawrence never get that, is what I'm trying to say.
I think
you look at, like, Herbert, for example. They're pretty similar. Herbert and
they're pretty damn similar.
You know, they do the.
He has a coach now.
Thing. Kellen Moore?
No, Herbert. No. We're talking Sunshine still.
Oh yeah,
he has a coach.
What's his face? Peterson. Yes, of course. Well, what I'm trying to say is, like, why doesn't he get slack like how Herbert gets slack? You know what I mean?
Because they don't blow. Herbert doesn't get slack. I think Staley gets slack.
They call him internet quarterback.
Internet quarterback?
Yeah.
Justin Herbert?
Yeah, they told him.
This is Bruddah Richie. This is the Spirit of Sports at Not Pods, and I have never heard of Justin Herbert being called internet quarterback. I was just at the Monday night game. What does that mean exactly?
I mean, because he gets all the excuses. Like, you know what I mean? They tell him, like, he's, you know, like when all the analysts,
this is true.
They say, like, oh yeah, Herbert is a
because he's a 4.2
top five quarterback
GPA,
and they won't say anything when he fails. Like, is that the same thing?
So he gets a free pass.
He gets a free. That's what I'm trying to say.
But so nobody talks shit about Trevor Lawrence, though.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So they get passes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. Is he like that? Like, you know, you look at the class. You know, you get Lawrence, you got Trey Lance who got picked, Fields gets murdered all the time.
Yeah, terrible line.
Mac Jones.
Fields.
Who else is in that?
Last year is coming around.
But
defensive head coach.
But you look at all those quarterbacks though. Like, look at Trey Lance, for example. Like, you know, he was project quarterback
with the quarterback whisperer
to begin with, and guys just killed him for just missing a pass. But you look at Lawrence. Lawrence does the same thing too. He can't even hit. Sometimes he can't even hit on 5 and out. You know, he overthrows that thing once in a while.
But nobody cares about Jacksonville, maybe.
I guess so. Maybe not.
And I guess we just assume he's going to be great.
I guess because they're.
And I still think he will.
I mean, he definitely is a good quarterback.
You got to admit
but I think they don't say a lot because they're not a championship caliber team. You know, like, you know.
They're about, for 10 years, they've been close to moving over to London.
I hope not. That's crazy.
It's weird.
That's stupid.
I love the games over there, though.
That's cool, though. Like,
hold up, though.
We get to grow, you know, the NFL. That's cool. But we don't need any teams.
No, I love 3-4 games over there.
We should have a team in Hawaii.
It's hard.
Okay.
That's almost as bad.
Like, we're skipping over Indy because they're done.
Okay, hold up, though. You got to admit the Urban Meyer thing was abject. Guys have come.
Urban Meyer was almost as worse as Nick Saban.
No, way worse. Way worse. Nick Saban and
all these college coaches that never finished the season. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
all bad. They're all,
How
it's all
about
bad.
Urban Meyer didn't even fly back on the plane
It's
that
all,
one time.
it's all
And he
bad.
was out
It's
at
all
a
bad.
bar with not his wife.
It's all bad.
And everybody said, never in the history of the NFL has a coach not flown back
All bad.
with his team.
Okay.
Okay, what
AFC
we got?
West.
AFC
Talking
West.
about the defending champs,
Bro, Raiders are still going to go 5-12.
Kansas City Chiefs. I mean,
Raiders are 3-3 on the verge of going. They were my 5-star. At the beginning of the season, I did 5-star, 4-star, 3-star bets.
You know,
Under 6.5 wins for the Raiders, bro.
I mean, they're almost
I don't know
there.
how
They're three. They're
they're
three.
they're 3-2.
They're 3 and
Yeah,
3.
3-3.
3 and 3.
They're still going to be 5-12. Look at their schedule. Can you pull it up?
Why are
It's
we,
a joke.
Why are we even talking about them?
Because
They're horrible.
you know my story. I say it every fucking day. Excuse my language. I don't know about cussing.
They might
I was
win.
a
They got the
Raider fan.
Bears.
When they won, it was life and death in the 70s and 80s. And then they've been so mismanaged, and they moved twice. And when they moved the third time, I said, screw them, and I hate them. Even the Super Bowl, Tampa Bay Super Bowl, the first half, I was surfing acid drop. Because I just don't care.
They might have a chance to win.
Check
2
their
more
schedule.
games. They got
Just
Bears.
click on that.
They got
And then
Bears.
they should have,
They got the Bears,
okay,
and maybe the Giants. They can win. That's 5 wins. 5 wins, maybe.
okay. And then what?
And
Jets.
Then it gets.
Are you
Then
rooting
it
for the
get-
Jets hard? Don't you just love the story?
Fuck, man.
Huh.
Zach Wilson, Hawaii boy too. So, of course you gotta pull for that, brother.
Wait. What do you mean?
He's from Hawaii. He got family here in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, an BYU guy.
Well, yeah.
Or no.
But
Yep.
he got family here in Hawaii. But
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't know that.
What do you call?
Oh, wait, hold up. Let's take a 30-second timeout for what is Zach Wilson's ties to
Hawaii.
Hawaii?
I think his grandparents are from here. Like he has
Okay.
ties here in Hawaii though.
Okay.
From Oahu though, I believe.
From
But-
where?
Oahu.
Okay.
But I think he's, born and raised in wherever he's from though. But he has Hawaii ties though.
He's easy to root for, though, yeah.
He has a Hawaiian middle name. That
Yeah?
yeah.
How about, and just to see his maturity and his growth. Remember last year when they scored the punt? And it was like 6-3.
I don't know. He looks bad sometimes. Like he
Looks bad.
The only
but-
thing you know what I mean. Like when he got drafted, out of BYU.
Dumb.
Who did he
Dumb.
play?
He played nobody.
He didn't
You know
play
what?
Anybody.
You know what? Here's another thing. GMs, they must make a couple million a year.
But
They just want to reach and, do something to, like, Trubisky over Mahomes and Deshaun Watson.
I really think
And
that
you just-
guys just like, they don't even really do their job. They just watch highlight films.
No.
You know what I mean?
I think what that is, they want to make a mark for themselves.
I guess.
They want to do something that says, oh, I was the guy that did that. And when it doesn't work out, what's the ramifications? Oh, well. It's dumb, bro.
But I feel
But
like
here's the thing. Remember last year we said, do you feel, Zach, that the offense, it was
Zach
their
Wilson's
fault?
middle
He said
name is
no.
Capono. So
Capono?
He has some kind of Hawaii
Okay.
ties. So
Zach,
you can't be Capono
Capono.
without knowing anybody here in Hawaii.
yeah, I did not know that.
But
I'm proud of him now when he stands up and says, it's my fault and we need to be better and I'm doing my best every day.
mean,
Remember
you
last
need-
year he said no? When
Yeah,
they said,
you-
do you blame the offense? He said no.
I mean, you should learn from that, right? From last year, you said no.
yeah, no.
You better take responsibility.
And Aaron
for being
Rodgers is
shitty,
in your
you know
ear
what I mean?
every day, bro.
You
I
try.
think, and he's 3 steps and he gets rid of the ball. And Robert Saleh said, this is our quarterback. He's our guy. He's going to get better. They're
got-
3-3, bro.
He has to
Who
say
would have
that, though.
said, no. he
Give the
didn't.
damn ball to Garrett Wilson and give it the damn ball to
And
Brees
fucking
Hall.
Brees Hall.
Give,
But
just
here's
give
the
it to
thing,
them.
bro.
Run screens, put
you
them out in the
knew-
flats, get them in open spaces.
Yeah, all
you know
that.
What I mean?
And they're doing that.
That's what they need to
If
do.
you said Aaron Rodgers, after all the hype, and he went down on the 4th play of the season,
Man,
and
that
those
was-
6 games, pull up those 6 games. If you said with Zach Wilson, we're going to be 3-3.
Okay, wait. Funny thing.
Huh.
So you remember that game when he went down? There's that one bar in I'm pretty sure it was Green Bay. They had that one bar. They said, if the Jets lose, we'll pay for everybody's tabs.
If the
Remember
Jets
that?
win, you mean?
No, if they lost, because they don't like Aaron Rodgers anymore.
Right.
This is a bar in Green Bay.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty.
But the Jets won, so
I'm-
they didn't have to
I'm
pay.
pretty sure the Jets had win that game. Let's see the
Bro,
first game.
You know what? You know what
First
pisses
game,
me
look
off
at
too?
that.
Look
Hold
at
on.
it. You know what
First
pisses
game.
me off too?
They won in overtime.
Yeah, they beat the Bills.
Yeah. So everybody in Green Bay who was running up tabs after Aaron Rodgers got hurt had to pay.
They had to pay their own. Well, they
That's-
always have to pay their
That's
own.
crazy though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that just says that Jets has.
Well, no, I'm confused. So the Green Bay bar said if the Jets do win,
No, if they lost, they'll pay for everybody's tab.
oh,
The Jets lost, they'll pay for everybody's tab. I'm pretty sure
okay.
that's what it was. And
Before he got hurt. though.
before he got hurt.
Okay.
And they said, fuck Aaron Rodgers.
So they're all if Aaron Rodgers wins, we'll pay everybody's
No,
tab.
you guys are paying for your own tab. If Aaron Rodgers lost, we'll pay for everybody's tab. They wanted him to lose, is what I'm trying to
Oh,
say.
got you.
But that's hilarious, though. Could you imagine just running like on $300 tab and Aaron Rodgers out and like, yeah, these guys are paying for this.
Yeah.
And you had to dig in your.
You know what bugs me about that too, bro? Very first play of the game, 26 yards, Brees Hall. Next 3 plays, why are you fucking dropping back?
Why don't you just?
And-
because you know,
and
'cause
he's
you got
holding the
Aaron-
ball too
'cause-
long.
Because you
It's-
got Aaron Rodgers.
I
last
know,
year.
but
you know what I mean. You want to show off your
bro,
new toy.
yeah. But the play he got hurt on was supposed to be a 3-step drop. Get rid of the ball, and he's trying to make a play. It's bro.
I mean,
The NFL bugs the crap out of me. Just run the frickin' ball.
running. The
Damian
ball. Running the
Damian
ball.
Pierce, he's a fucking bowling ball. Why
He
don't they
is.
give him 25 freaking carries?
'Cause
Why?
He's so slow.
Don't matter.
He's so slow. He
Ain't that?
he has
it's not
like- he has like-
Ain't that slow, bro?
two
Doesn't matter if you're slow when you can pound a guy. And when you
2.83 yards per carry. You can't do that on the
well,
first down.
that's
second down,
that's
you
the
know what
O
I mean?
line.
I mean,
Last
exactly.
year-
you need a guy who can break. Yeah.
I disagree.
We agree to
Okay.
disagree. Okay. So anyway,
So who's winning the?
we're talking about AFC
who's
West.
winning the AFC East?
West. We're talking about West.
Well, we were just talking about the Jets, though.
Yeah, because you was talking about.
Okay. Oh, West, you know who's winning the West. Every freaking year he's winning the West, and he might go to the Super
Golden
Bowl.
Boy. Golden
No.
Boy.
No, Brown Boy. Mahomes, we're talking.
Yeah, Golden Boy.
He's a Golden Boy.
Yeah, the new one.
I thought we were calling long hair Owlie was Golden Boy.
No, he's Sunshine.
Oh, Sunshine. Okay.
Yeah, so Mahomes is Golden Boy.
Okay.
E-
You know,
Everybody can agree to
I
this.
call
that-
him, and I'm sorry, bro, but Little Bitch Mahomes and Little Bitch Curry are the same guy.
Oh
to
my
me.
gosh, here we go.
Same guy to me.
You gotta. NFL is smart though. Keep the face of the franchise running. You know they did that with Brady.
NBA's smart too.
You know what is crazy?
You know what's terrible about that? MLB.
You know what
Go
is
ahead.
crazy though?
What?
Brady just said like, oh, NFL is becoming one flag football sport. He's the reason why it is.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, how can he sit back and be like, oh,
He said that?
yeah, he
I haven't heard him.
He said that this past weekend about like because they're like questionable roughing the passer calls. That was him. He's the very one
The
that
very
made
one.
it like that, and it's crazy that he'll sit back 1 year, not even a whole year retired, and say that shit. Like,
Yeah.
bro, they changed the whole situation in the NFL.
And then Matt Castle, they
because
went
of
10-6
you.
and missed the playoffs.
Yeah,
You ever watch the
You can't even
highlights?
dive at-
Dick,
you know what I mean?
Butkus died, yeah.
yeah. I
And
see
they
that.
show, bro, what a different game.
I mean, like you look at like 2010s. It's a totally
Even
different
different,
game. You know what I mean? Like,
They're putting too much on the officials.
I mean,
And then there's 22 flat, bro, that Monday night football game, me and
It's
my friends
crazy.
started counting. There was never more than 4 plays without a flag. When you get sick of seeing the referee, there's only one referee. Everybody says the ref. There's one referee. When you get sick of seeing that guy's freaking face, bro.
it's crazy though. Like,
Ineligible.
I mean,
Every game, there's 2 or 3. We never saw that before. Was that something? Well, I don't mind that stuff.
It wasn't a main thing, to look at. I mean, they don't even need to call that,
No, or make it
To be
3
honest.
yards.
I mean, like,
Or defensive holding. When the play's over here and he's running it out and the guy is over here and a cornerback maybe just holds him a little and it's 3rd and 20 and the guy over here has nothing to do with the play at all. And they throw the flag and then it's automatic first down.
first down.
The
You know-
defense, it's almost impossible for the defense anymore.
Maybe, that might be something that we have to change, in the future. Like, if you think about it, if we just did a 5-yard penalty,
5
for
yards,
holding,
yeah.
or like that's what
Or
it is.
make it 10 yards like offensive, but not automatic.
Yeah, without
There's
the
nothing
without,
worse.
without the first down.
Nothing
Yeah.
worse than 3rd and 22.
And you get the automatic
Illegal
first down,
contact because he's 6 yards. Make it 10 yards downfield. Remember back in our day?
But that's when you
you
get guys
could-
hurt, though. You chucking guys crazy. Like, that's why they're trying to stop. And I get
I
it.
guess. But there's
But-
nobody playing bump and run and chucking guys off the
I
line
mean,
of
if you
scrimmage anymore.
put it back like that,
Would you? You're still going to get beat.
You know who's chucking guys? It ain't the DBs anymore. It's the linebackers who are chucking guys back. Like 7 yards when they're dropping back.
That's
know,
true.
so-
Okay, well.
A little bit bigger guy chucking that 180. Zay Flowers, 180
Yeah.
pounds. Tank Dell,
Well,
170
then-
pounds receiver.
Yep, I
coming across the
guess
middle.
so.
I guess
Or maybe, how about this?
How about this? Look at this.
Cornerbacks can bump them.
They still can. You
Only
get 5
5
yards.
yards. Yeah, but
But that's the thing about.
there's nothing worse than 7 yards and illegal contact, defensive holding. Why does it have to be automatic
How
first
about
down?
think about this? The DB coaches, when you're doing that bump, why don't you bump that guy to the ground? Do something.
too.
Teach them a way to where you're in the. Coaching got to evolve somehow.
Bro, they make $10 million as
you
a
can't-
crew.
You can't
We're
just
smarter than
you can't sit around and just
Why can't
do
they?
do the same thing.
Why can't they get a yard? What's so hard about getting a yard? I know it's been hard forever, but
I mean,
another thing, coaches, if your quarterback goes down and you have a backup and he's a rookie or whatever, you better have a scheme
for
and
him?
give him a chance to succeed.
For him, yeah.
You can't just say, well, he got hurt, so oh well. Get on the ball and say set hut.
I mean,
What if you did every play, just got on the ball and said set hut, like the blocking sled,
it's
and
crazy,
then
though.
muddle,
Just think about that.
and then get on the ball and say set hut again, and you're never bringing in guys so the defense
You know what
can't.
is crazy that I think about sometimes? These guys, there's guys in the offense that, they sit on these teams for like 3-4 years, and they're
Coaches?
first team reps. They get first team reps.
Players you're talking?
Yeah, players
Okay.
wise, and they run the same offense pretty much every year. You know what I mean? Like, how can you not know? They add a little bit here and there, but like, how can you not? Why do you have to run? 3 days first team reps? Run the second team. First. Those reps. We could have 2 elite levels of talent. If they had reps.
Yeah, game time you're talking.
I mean, not game time, just at practice.
But
just
so
think,
they could,
just think
like,
about this.
10 guys could play on the offensive line.
Second team offense doesn't even really get on the practice field because they
Right.
want to run, to the T. Like, how much time you got to run that jet sweep, to the T?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you're not bringing in injuries
yeah.
into account.
I mean,
You're just assuming that's going to be the guys.
put those guys
Yeah.
all in, in that situation.
30-40%
against
of reps
against the
in
first
practice.
team D.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put them against the first team. Don't put first team D against
Yeah.
first team. Oh, we already know what we're looking at. Put that second team in there, and if they actually got reps, who knows
Right.
how good teams could actually
Right.
be and find
And when
gems.
the inevitable injuries do
Injury,
come,
like look, that's crazy. It's crazy.
so much is irritating.
Okay.
Okay, where are we
We're
going?
at okay. Think about this one. We'll try this out right now. You think Kansas City's going to the Super Bowl?
I always think they are.
Why? Because they got that ticket. They got the golden ticket. Yeah, fuck that.
And their
sucks.
defense is way better this year.
Their corners are actually balling out this year.
And
Their
in
corner,
the trenches, bro.
I
Just
mean, Jones is in.
and I just don't. Little bitch Mahomes, I just can't bet against him.
He just gets away. You know, when you think you got a sack on him, he just somehow just fucking runs away.
It's irritating.
It's so irritating. I hate him.
Okay, where are we at? Are we going
We're-
NFC now?
We're at NFC East. We got two teams.
Dallas is terrible.
Okay.
Mike McCarthy's a dumbass.
Okay, wait.
Every single drive.
Before you say,
First
we
and
got-
10,
we
incomplete.
got-
Second 10, run up the gut.
Do we have a pretender in that division trying to get in there?
Washington?
No. Pretender is Cowboys. Always Cowboys.
I don't. Yeah.
So everybody's on, you know,
You know, if Jerry would have just kept Jimmy Johnson, they'd have 10 Super Bowls.
maybe. Who knows? I mean,
It's just he needs a yes man, and he has to be in control. He has to be the guy and take all the credit.
so what do you think the Eagles got to do to
They're fine.
you know, get back to the
They're fine.
NFC Championship game,
They're fine.
Super Bowl? You think they're
They're-
fine?
yeah, I think it's a rematch.
What do you think about that signing of Julio Jones though? Like what do
It
you
don't
think about
matter. He,
the third
old.
receiver? Third receiver.
no,
No, nothing. I guess so.
it's never worked.
But like, what do you think about like the defense getting lit up? Like how it's been.
Well,
you know, like they're
Just
not.
DB's got to get healthy.
They're not as dominant as they were
Yeah,
last year.
DB's got to get healthy.
You think that has to do with like, you know, their two main coordinators leaving? You know,
Oh,
is that something?
That
to do
is
with it?
true. That's a huge.
You
yes.
got you got Gannon
And they're
leaving, you got,
both head coaches. Yes.
Their head coaches.
And they're both. That's another guy. I love what Jonathan Gannon's doing. They're spunky. They keep in games. You know, everybody just wrote them off. Arizona, they're gonna punch you in the mouth.
Well,
They're gonna
I mean,
give you a game.
Who wouldn't think that they're like, you know, trying to lose? You know, you're gonna trade for Joshua Dobbs, you know, a week and a half before the
Yeah, that was
season,
weird.
and then you're gonna
And cut
play him.
Colt
and
McCoy.
cut Colt McCoy, who been there for the past
Yeah.
like what 2-3 years.
But you know what?
It's
he won
crazy.
2 games.
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, you know, he's
Didn't
doing an
Dobbs win 2
awesome,
games?
awesome job. You know, what I mean, like for the
You
situation that
traded him to me.
they traded DeAndre Hopkins, their best receiver. You know, traded a few of their good defensive
Didn't they even
players.
cut a couple guys?
They cut guys and like
But you know what?
it's crazy.
That
though.
guy, he's kind of an evil genius or something.
I mean,
Jonathan
he's
Gannon.
trying to build a culture over there. That's what he's
Yep.
trying to do. I can respect
And
that.
That's another guy that's turned the shit around.
Well, we
Okay,
all
what?
we all agree that Philadelphia is the team to beat over there, and they don't really got too much.
And the
holes.
North-
they really don't got too much holes. You know.
Yeah.
What do you think? Of, like DeAndre Swift is like, what a crazy trade.
How about the first game? He gets 3 carries and
And-
week 2,
and-
180 yards.
I mean,
Just weird.
What were they waiting for? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Okay. Do we
Next
need to
team.
talk?
Do we-
Detroit's a real deal.
I mean, the
From-
NFC North is
From biting kneecaps
is,
to the guys. He went, they started 2-7 last year?
and look at them now. They're like,
I
they-
believe.
they got a.
Are they going to beat Baltimore?
What do you mean? They'll be-
In Baltimore this week?
This week, you know what? I will put money on
It's
it.
a tough one.
I like it. +3.
+3.
I'm pretty sure that's +3.
It is, unless it changed.
Let's see.
I don't see anybody else, so
They're +3.
Yeah.
So
I don't see anybody else. I'm not worried about the North.
yeah, that's.
I think we can
that's the Lions. You know,
And that was,
it's crazy to say that.
it's crazy for
It's
the
crazy
last
that-
50 years. They have one
I mean,
playoff win.
Think about this. Think about this, you guys. They traded the best quarterback they ever had in their franchise, Matt Stafford, and they are in first place now.
And Goff was an afterthought.
And Goff was a stopgap quarterback.
Yeah, afterthought.
Think about that. They traded their best, stats-wise, best arm talent quarterback. They traded it.
And they brought in a tight ends coach that's talking about biting
Dan
kneecaps.
Campbell, tight end in the NFL.
Tight end coach, too.
Yeah.
And they bring in this guy, and his press conferences were a joke.
They had, you know, he has awesome assistant coaches.
Yeah, Schwartz.
His DB coach, he used to play for
Yeah,
Detroit too.
I do know.
God damn, he's a DB though. What the hell is his name?
Yeah, I do know. That's
But
all right.
He's Aaron Glenn.
Aaron-
Glenn.
yep.
Awesome.
And they sucked last year, and they're just everybody
mean,
knew they were going to be pretty good.
it's-
I buy them. You buy them.
I buy him.
Okay.
It's
moving
crazy. It's
on.
crazy that like it came so fast. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I thought to be honest, I thought Minnesota would have a say in it with Jay Jetta and Cousins with that offense with Addison, adding Addison, giving Madison the reins.
But
You.
when you go 11-0 in one
But
score games, it's going to come back.
But if you look at it, you think those guys would have the step ahead of everybody because you got the quarterback that is established in Cousins. Like even though no matter what anybody says, like Cousins is a good quarterback.
Oh, he's functional.
He's a top 15 quarterback at least.
Till when the shit's on the line.
Yeah. So you would think out of everybody's situation that they would be first.
You didn't
place.
see him at 2-4.
I
who else we
definitely
got?
didn't see that.
Bears, I thought they'd be better.
I mean, everybody was kind of crowning them too.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like they're like king of the north, Justin Fields. I mean he just gotta he needs
Defensive coach, bro.
he needs to read a little bit quicker. That's all he has to do
Yeah.
and trust his reads. What I see in him, like just because he had to run so much in his first couple years, he doesn't trust his reads. his
Gun
first
shy.
reads. He's gun shy, and that's his problem to me.
Yeah.
Once you start, feeling just let it rip. He just gotta let it rip, and he'll probably do.
Or pull it down and run.
But that's the thing
But
he's
have-
been doing.
have
what
the
I mean?
option.
That's the thing he's been doing all this time. Like he had to run. He had to make those plays.
Yeah.
Instead of trusting that his receivers will get open and just rip it in there.
And DJ Moore had a couple
I mean,
good games.
I like
but
DJ Moore. I mean, DJ
I
Moore.
thought
is
they were going to be
really
really good.
Really
Let's
good.
talk at the bottom of that, though. Green Bay, what's up?
Green Bay.
Jordan Love, is he just not the man or possibly the man? Is LaFleur a decent coach or pretty good or
I
not that good?
I don't think he's
or
that
what's
good.
going on?
He's not that good.
What's up with A.J. Dillon? Why you can't get the running game going with those two guys, even if...
I mean, they're missing some of their linemen.
that's
why.
true.
They're missing their top tackles. Their
Yeah.
two top.
What's his
tackles.
name? Yeah.
What the hell is his name?
Yep.
Bacardi and Jenkins. They're missing their top guys on the line. So I just think after all these years they've been letting go some of the linemen, and it just got worse. Like this is like the end product of it. Like you let go of like Lindsey, like Corey Lindsey a couple years ago, the center. They're a really good center.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
and the guys get hurt, and this is the product of of your decisions that instead of rebooting your line, you went out and drafted Jordan Love. You went out and drafted like a tight end, a couple tight ends in the second, third, third.
And never a receiver.
Yeah, and something that when you have a top MVP quarterback sitting,
For 30 years.
these guys are crazy.
How spoiled.
Can you
30
imagine?
years.
Can you imagine like Colts and Green Bay, lucky bastards.
Yeah.
You got
Colts.
how many years of Brett Favre? Like what?
15. 15
And then
of each.
How much you got?
30 years.
30 years of great quarterbacks.
Great. And only
MVPs.
Only two
For-
Super Bowls to show for
I mean,
it, though.
it's something.
Which
But
is
To
weird.
be honest, though, like
Huh.
look at all the other teams that don't have
Yeah.
no quarterback, and you look at the Colts. Another example, you get Peyton Manning, and then you draft Andrew Luck after that. That's
But
crazy. You know what I mean?
You can't put a line together to keep him healthy.
Keep
and
him
he has
healthy,
to-
and you know what?
he has to retire after 9
quit
years.
because
Quit.
He
Straight
couldn't
up quit.
He's getting beat up.
Getting beat.
So,
And he took that shitty team to 11-5.
to places.
Years or-
It's crazy. That's what I mean. Like those guys.
If he'd have gone to almost anywhere else.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, where are we going?
Where we at? NFC South. Oh man.
It's weird.
I mean, like, what are you gonna do with this? You got Saints. You got Atlanta right behind, and you got Tampa Bay.
I say bring Heineke.
To Atlanta?
Start
I
him.
mean,
You saw Arthur Smith that hates fantasy football and claims that
Ritter,
Ritter
that's
three.
that's the guy that you drafted, though.
Yeah,
Like, you gotta give him
well,
a chance. This is
No,
his first year
it's
starting.
been
though.
enough chance. 3
Is it?
games last year.
Yeah, so he
When you
so
know,
he's
you know.
9 games.
Everybody
Yeah,
knows.
he looks a little skittish. Out
Once
there.
in a while, okay.
I like Heineke though. Heineke is he's a dog.
At least bring him in.
That's a
You
dog,
got the
though.
talent. They got weapons, bro.
I go, why aren't you passing it to Kyle Pitts? Like
Because I hate fantasy football.
you drafted him.
I'm gonna go out of my way to not
drafted him
give.
at number 4.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know why.
And you
tell
draft
me why.
And you draft Drake London in the top, like
11th
No, I think he was 8.
somewhere.
London 8.
He was the first.
Pitts 4.
First or second wide receiver.
Bijan.
I don't know why.
Bijan what?
I don't know why.
Fourth pick.
Why?
Give
Because
him
he hates fantasy
give him the
football, bro.
Give those guys the ball. Good grief.
Just to spite all of us.
Just throw them the ball. Give them a chance. Like you know. What
I
mean?
don't understand.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Crazy.
Crazy. Crazy. You spend the draft capital on offensive players and you don't even really use them.
And then
And
Jonnu Smith is your top
oh my God.
targets through 3 weeks.
If that's the case, just
And then the Algier thing too. Why don't you give your stud running backs 20 carries?
You got Algier 1,000-yard rusher rookie last year. You know what I mean? Like, at least if you don't want to bang up Bijan in his rookie year, give this brother some carries too, because he
did
proved,
first couple weeks.
He already proved that he can carry a load.
Bro,
it's crazy. That's a crazy situation.
I've been keeping the stats, and I'm sure this is how it is through the history of the NFL. If you're 50-50 run pass or close, if you're 65%, you lose. If you're running the ball 35%. And the thing about the run game, you run the clock, you keep the other team off the field. There's nothing wrong with punting the ball. Shorten the game.
Think, right there, a quick one. You think Buccaneers got a chance? You know what I mean? Like,
as far as
winning that division, like everybody's game except for Panthers. You know, over there.
Oh yeah. How are they looking too? Apparently that was from the top. Tepper wanted the owner.
I kind of like Baker.
We're talking about Carolina real quick.
Oh, Carolina.
I call him Wee Man.
You traded for Bryson.
To take him, and what you see when AR5 if he's healthy, and CJ, and you took the guy, he's a rag doll, bro. He's not gonna make it through a season. And that was straight from the top.
I think Bryce Young got picked because what he did.
The owner wanted
what he did at Alabama.
Yeah.
You know, basically, you know what I mean. Like when he was healthy, he looked great, but like when he got hurt, he's shambles. It's shambles.
And it's college too.
And he's small. You know, like he's almost like
Bama quarterbacks like Ohio State.
He's almost like Tua. You know, in that category. I think. You know, if he stays healthy, got a clean pocket, got good receivers, he'll look great.
That's not the NFL though.
But I think that
very rarely
like
clean pocket.
Tua is a accurate thrower.
More accurate.
You know what I mean? Like that. If he had clean pocket,
quicker release.
He got that. And I think Young is like.
Young's even smaller, bro.
He is. Tua is not that big either. Like you guys gotta really think about Tua is not that big.
He did bulk up.
He definitely did bulk up, but
and he got a lot of shit. I like him talking shit back too.
I mean, he needs to because
Yeah.
He left this guy. He's someone.
Yeah, I know, but from Hawaii.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Last but not least.
The West, of course.
The West. Wild West.
Bro, Niners
Wild West.
Niners, that's a blip on the radar. To me. Seattle, I think they're a little better than I thought they'd be.
Seattle always has a chance. Don't get me wrong.
And Rams, too, better than we thought they'd be.
Definitely.
How's Cooper Kupp already just 12 fucking catches a game?
Because that's, Matt Stafford's favorite target.
And look what he did for Megatron. Made him a Hall of Famer. Making Cooper Kupp a Hall of Famer.
That's Stafford's, MO. That he'll pound the best receiver.
And how are they open?
You know what I mean?
I've never understood. When you know it's going to that guy.
I agree. But you know what they do? They run that short option routes. That's why.
Right.
So
here or here.
When
and his pass pattern running is
it's immaculate. And the thing about
Just
Cup,
watch him.
and Stafford was always on the same page. You know, ever
Yep, since they started going to breakfast.
Ever since he got over there. So, you know,
And
you
Arizona's
playing
not a
inside,
mess
you
anymore.
playing inside, he's going
Yep.
outside. You playing outside,
Yep.
he's going inside. It's just
And the catch
you
and
know,
run.
catch and run. That's all. You give him that 5 to like 8 yards, he'll catch it and get
Sneaky
14,
speed.
you know, and it's
Or take it
if you
80.
think about Cooper Cup, he's freaking drafted what, 5th round? Good grief,
Western Washington.
man. Eastern
He beat the
Washington?
Beavers.
Eastern Washington.
Oh, Eastern.
Eastern Washington.
They beat the Beavers.
It's crazy. That team had that Eastern Washington team had crazy NFL talent.
Yeah.
They had Cooper Cup,
Who was their QB?
Kendrick Bourne, the
receiver.
the receiver
Yep.
from he was a 49er and he's a Patriot now. And they had the DN that Samson Ekubon.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
They had some
see
crazy,
Jacksonville?
He's with the Colts now, but he was with 49ers and Rams, to
Okay.
be honest. But they had some crazy NFL talent for a small.
They
you
beat
know,
the Beavers.
small school. That's crazy talent when you look at it. You know, coming out of that class. But
Okay.
I think
Arizona's not a joke anymore.
they're still,
They'll give you a
They
game.
still are.
I mean, but
They still
you're going to know you had a game. I like what he's doing. That's a culture changer, too.
I think they had the best games so far. Yeah, they played their best game against Dallas. I think. I think that was it right there. That was their showing right there. You know, they had everything go right with them. You know, they just stopped Dallas's run. Dallas had nothing. You know.
Yeah. That's coaching, too.
I agree.
That guy's
play calling.
That guy's a dumbass.
Play calling is crazy. You know, Dallas's play
And just
calling
he's
is
a
crazy.
dumbass.
But
Game management. How can you a fireable offense to me is when you run a quarterback draw. There's 16 seconds left. Well, in practice it took 14, so I figured we had 2 extra seconds. He actually said that.
I mean, they're
Dumbass,
good. They're a good team. You know, it's just
They
it is
could
what
be
It is what it
if
is.
Jimmy Johnson was still there. Got to have a yes man, Jerry.
I just think Seattle always Carroll will always want to win against the 49ers. You know, they'll never
Oh yeah,
stop fighting.
love
you know.
Pete.
You know,
We wrote him off last year.
He loves to spoil.
Yeah.
You know, 49ers fucking parade all the time. So
Yeah.
they always put up a fight. I think Rams
Division games
too,
are
will
always-
you know, McVay is, you know, he coached with Shanahan too. So, you know, with the dad in Washington.
Yeah, in Washington.
So, you know.
And there's a third. Who was the third one?
They'll always.
There's 3 head coaches under him, right?
What do you mean?
Weren't 3 of those coordinators? Is there a third guy too? That's
There's
a
a
head coach
lot.
now?
There's a lot of like.
But that
49er
year, I think so.
49er and like Mike Shanahan like tree going out right now. I mean, there's a lot, you know. But I think 49ers, all they need to do is stay healthy. You know, bottom line. I mean, a lot of teams.
That's the NFL.
That's the main thing.
That's
stay
the
healthy.
NFL. But you have to have contingency
I'll give
plans.
you this right now. They can't run McCaffrey like that every game.
No.
I think they can't.
Every single time he carries the ball, I'm looking for.
Especially when they're winning. Like what? Throw in the younger guys. Throw in Mitchell. Throw in Mason.
Throw in anybody.
Give him trust. Like, you know, that's the hard thing about Shanahan. You know, that I learned from this past year is he don't trust the young guys. You know,
He did last couple years with
you know,
Mitchell.
Mitchell
Mitchell got plenty run. He was good.
You don't trust him. That's the thing. So
Well, you better.
well, and then you know,
Fragile guys.
hopefully at the end of the year, KC coming for you.
Hopefully. Or anybody else.
Hmm.
How about
You see
who's the
anybody else?
third best team in the AFC?
Third best team? What you got?
So I'm assuming
So
I
we're
still
gonna-
believe
we're
in
gonna-
Buffalo.
We're gonna go. So
KC,
first is KC.
and I believe in Buffalo. I
Is
just
number
think they have
2?
weird.
Number 2.
Unless
Then
you
we
got
go-
somebody
Then you
else.
go Dolphins.
Oh yeah, I don't trust them when the weather's cold.
I mean,
if there's-
I think there's a good 5 teams in that
Okay.
AFC that they got it. I'm not gonna count on Bengals. That's
That's
one of the
true,
teams.
too.
I'm gonna count. I'm not, definitely not. I'm
Okay,
with Joe
that's
Burrow.
4
And the last
on the
team-
Broncos.
What is that? That's 4. That's the only four I think.
I think so.
That has that strong push for that.
Okay. Well,
How
this is
how
our
about on the NFC? Who's the strong pushes for that title game? We got 49ers.
Niners for
Eagles.
sure. Eagles. You know what?
We got
Detroit.
Detroit
Detroit's right
there.
there.
Definitely have to.
You know, I watch
I mean,
Good Morning Football. It's one of my favorites.
their O-line
Kyle
is-
Schrager's saying
Their
best team
O-line
in the
is-
NFL.
Their O line is great.
And their defense has stepped it up.
Yeah, their D line is definitely better than what it was for sure.
Kyle Schrager says best team
Where
in the
else?
NFL.
I mean, that's where we gotta stop, right? 3 teams, 3 to 4.
Three.
We'll see.
Who's the fourth?
We'll see. 3 from the NFC, 4 from the AFC. Who's title contenders? That's crazy. 7 teams. 7
It's
teams.
always that's all there is.
7 teams out of the 30 teams we got?
32.
32 teams.
That's
crazy.
all there ever really is.
I guess so, but you would think there'd be a little bit more because
But you never know which one's just gonna any given Sunday, bro.
Any
It's
given
not like
Sunday.
the NBA.
NBA.
It's
rigged.
well, it's all rigged.
NFL rigged,
Bro, this shit's rigged as shit.
but I agree.
But only so, baseball, basketball, hockey, 4 out of 7, usually the cream rises.
Definitely.
NFL and NCAA tourney.
NCAA
One bad-
tourney,
One bad game, you're
you
down.
can be from any conference
Yeah.
and have a good team. That is the most
Make a
craziest
run, yeah.
craziest tournament you can have.
March Madness.
You can have 5. This is the one craziest thing that I like to say. You can have 5-star recruits, Hawaii kids, flag football, 7-on-7. Look that up. We won against 5-star recruits. Look it up. 7-on-7.
And it's coming to the Olympics.
this year. Hawaii kids won this year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
National championship?
Yeah, they beat
Flag
the
football?
Florida team. Yeah, they I think they won by one.
Coming
couple
to
points.
the Olympics.
Crazy.
Okay.
No 5-star recruits in Hawaii. Beat 5-star recruits in Florida. Crazy.
Crazy.
Any given Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
thank you guys.
say this is the third of the way through the season NFL recap.
Drunk recap.
Small kind bus. This is Bruddah Koa, Bruddah Richie, the Spirit of Sports at notpods.com, coming soon. And you all know YouTube, find me at notpods, and love you all. Try to be better, love yourself, love everyone. We're here. We
Hey.
don't know how long.
Take care of everybody. Show aloha.
And ahuyo. Give a smile.